Based on what I read, Supreme Court back in 2000 said an infamous crime, a felony is an infamous crime, and therefore a person could not sit on council. So my question to you is, at what point do we deal with that, since we're coming up on the swearing-in process?
Well, I think if you believe someone's not eligible for office, you should, share that information with.
I shared, and so I was told to come back and talk to you. So what do we do next?
Well, the district attorney or the attorney general,
Mm-hmm.
you described Detective Lithgow, who was a detective in the
Right.
Criminal Investigation Division.
Right,
of
and you
Delaware
said he
County.
would speak with you
Okay.
before this evening. Did you not speak with him?
I did not speak with him.
Okay. So what would you suggest to newly elected council, that's myself, what should I do here to get this
Take
addressed?
it to the DA.
Well, you have
She
made
should pay her
complaint
$11,000 she owes to the state. That's what she should do.
regarding the person, and so I would imagine the district attorney would look into that, and if
The
there's,
district attorney or the investigators?
well, the investigator works for the district attorney.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine that they would investigate that, and if they find validity to the claim that the person's not eligible for office,
Mm-hmm.
that they may file a quo warranto action if that person takes their office.
If that person takes the office?
Yeah, quo warranto removes somebody from office.
Okay, if they take the office, okay. Thank you.
Can I ask a question on that, sir?
When are you gonna pay your $11,000?
If a person cannot take the seat, and if
I know something else about
they had an infamous
Am I allowed to
crime,
speak? Am I allowed to speak?
how can they stand here and take an oath to uphold the law? And why should taxpayers pay to have a person removed when they are not eligible to take a seat? Why would you, as our solicitor, allow that to happen?
Why would you allow $1 million to walk out the door?
Shut up. If a person stands here,
$1.1 million.
if a person stands here,
$1.1 million. You and her and everybody else here.
knowing that they cannot take their seat,
$1.1 million.
they would take a seat illegally when they sit here.
1.1 million.
Just want to know how a person can take the I'm sorry.
How can you sign for a debit card? 11 debit cards. 11.
How did you use yours and you stole our website?
Stole your website. I paid for your website. Say thank you to me, please.
Any more new business?
I'm waiting for an answer.
I'm not going to get an answer.
11 debit cards. Your signature.
Answer? Yeah, because I want to hear the answer too. I want to hear an answer.
The question was, how can that person stand there and do it? That would be up to that person.
If
you knew ahead of time, why would you let that happen?
As our solicitor, you are supposed to give us legal.
Protect us.
Exactly.
You're supposed to protect us. So how would you, I think the question is if you are aware of the person having this infamous felony or crime, whatever it is, why wouldn't you say something to that person like, if you do this,
He did.
X, Y, and Z can
December
happen, so
3rd.
to avoid that happening?
Why did Patricia Williams allow Rochelle Bilal to get paid $35 an hour without being hired? How about that?
Done it to who?
Start thinking about the real world.
Oh, okay.
$35 an hour.
Okay. Because I was trying to, I thought I misunderstood it. Okay.
John, you gotta blame the Democratic Party if they knew about that candidate, by letting them run. He or she.
The law says she can run. It's not the party, it's the law.
Ma'am, you got the floor.
My name is Asia Cobb, and I am here to address
your address, please?
555 Trivet Place.
555 Trivet.
Yes, John Brockenborough, my father-in-law.
There is no 500 block in Trivet.
It is,
Huh?
it is.
200, 300,
3 and
600.
6.
555,
That's South Second.
Place.
Is that second?
Second Place,
Second Street?
Second Street,
Okay.
semantics.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm here to address the comments that were made at the last council meeting in regards to the Colwyn Commons Athletic Association, November 12th. 3 comments in particular. The first comment being that our coaches and our voluntary staff were not background checked and child abuse clearance, in which they were. I believe you did make those comments. In the appointed in the notes on the Colwyn Borough website, the authorized notes last year, I believe it was Ms. Prey that did say that all of our coaches and our volunteer staff had been background checked and child abuse clearance since 2012. So I just was wondering as to where the discrepancy came from this past year. That would be my first question.
Okay, your first question was because your clearances is not here in the Borough Hall.
Were they not turned in the Borough Hall, or did they just?
I don't know if
did
they
not-
were turned in.
They're
but
right
not
downstairs.
here.
I do believe that they were turned in. Now, I'm not quite sure what happened to them upon receipt, but they were turned in. All of our coaches and our volunteer staff are not only criminal background check, not only child abuse clearance, but we're also heads up certified as per our organization. That's just to clarify that. That would be in the first one. The second issue that we had was when you made reference to our car washes every week. I would like to say that that is false. We had 1 car wash in Colwyn and 1 additional car wash in Philadelphia on 56 and Woodland. We did not host a car wash every week, nor have we ever hosted car washes every week, neither here or there. So I was wondering where that allegation came from.
There were several car washes that was down at Colwyn Field.
And there wasn't, I can attest to that. There was only 1 car wash throughout the 2015 Colwyn season, which runs from April all the way till December. 1 car wash at the Colwyn Field.
Okay, well, there was more than one time that there was car washes down there.
Were you present for those car washes?
Pardon me?
Were you present for those car washes?
I went down there one time and I seen a car wash down there.
One time. Right, so we did. We had 1 car wash, and
Okay.
not multiple.
So, the reason why I brought it up is because Colwyn Comets, okay, that is taxpayers' dollars that is paying for that water down there. So, the taxpayers are owed an explanation why there is no money, no profit that comes into the borough for the Comets.
I had 1.
Okay.
The Colwyn Commons, we are an organization under your name. If you look at everyone who has on the Colwyn Common hoodie, we do represent the borough of Colwyn. If you go to any other borough, in any other city, in any other state, the boroughs, the cities, the states are proud to have recreational activities where they can get their children off the street, where they can learn the fundamentals, where they can, be around other children their age and do something positive. When I look around Colwyn, I don't see any other recreational activities going on but Colwyn Commons Athletic Association. In fact, on your website, under the recreation tab, there is the Colwyn Commons. That is all. There's nothing else there. All our kids wear Colwyn proud. We are a self-funded organization. We do not get any money from the borough besides you paying the water bill, all of the repairs onto our field house. Thank you, Coach Jazz. All of the repairs that went to the field house, which was vandalized 3 times, we have made. We have made additions to the pipes. We have bought the light bulbs, as Coach Desmond stated. We do everything that we can as a self-funded organization to keep us up and running. We do not have our hand out, but we do ask for your support. And instead of what I figure as slander, why not be a part of the solution and assist in whatever issues that you see wrong and come down and take a second and talk to us just to see what the borough can do for Colwyn Commons, since we wear the borough's name so proudly. since we represent Colwyn, we have people that come from West Philadelphia, Southwest Philadelphia, Darby, Collindale, Chester. We have children that come from all over just to be a part of the Colwyn Commons organization. We represent you guys. There's nothing else here for these kids but the Colwyn Commons, unless I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay, and what else is there here?
There's Girl Scouts.
Where?
I run it. I've been running it for the last 2 years.
In an uninsured building
Mind your business, Paul. It's not
And we
uninsured.
cut the.
with no background checks.
Girl Scouts cover Boy Scouts.
I'm on
You
no.
have to have insurance in the
I
building.
had the floor.
I was talking.
Ma'am, I think we cut the grass for you guys later too. Yeah, I know, but we help out, we cut the grass.
And I'm not sure if the Girl Scouts are funded by Colwyn, they may or may not be, but we are not.
We're not fun, Girl Scouts are.
We are not funded, all right, so we are a self-funded organization under.
Man, no one is trying to tear the Commons down.
But you're saying there's
But
nothing else.
I
the
asked your
building
question.
that you occupy was built with taxpayers' money.
Right,
So
For the
you guys
Commons.
should not have sole possession. And yes, I was a part of Colwyn, okay? I was a coach for Colwyn, okay? For 7 years, okay? So don't say I'm not a part of Colwyn Commons, okay? Only thing I'm saying is, when you take total control of that building and Colwyn is trying to make money to rent that field, and someone tells us that we cannot rent it, you don't have the common courtesy to bring in a schedule so we can schedule to make funds down at that field, that's not working together.
That building was built for the
That's not
Colwyn
working
Commons.
together. We're not talking about the people.
That's what it was.
But that's
It was a
not-
wham grant. Yes, it was.
from my understanding, there was a schedule brought down at the beginning of the season, like I said, even with the criminal
Ms.
background
Over,
check.
did you ever get a schedule from the Commons?
And we're there we're there. Can I just finish for
Let her
one moment?
I'm gonna
finish,
tell
let
you
her
the history about
finish.
the commons.
Will you let her finish?
Go ahead.
Not a problem, I'll answer any questions.
Yeah.
There was a time, it was the day of our one car wash, where someone else had rented the field, and if I am correct, we do have a lease, and those who want to use the field during the time of our lease do have to see if we have a scheduled event before coming to just use it. But on that day, we did have a scheduled event, and they did come down and they started to set up while we were in the midst, during our lease, of having one of our activities. And we did open the bathrooms for them to use. We came back the next day, they had left 2 Colty grills, they had left 4 chairs. That stuff is not ours. They left all of that